podcasts, part of Rich Post Sports Drive for 2024. I've got a beautiful, check it out, my people. A beautiful log fire setting. And I'm inviting you to take a seat, sit back and tune into this podcast. The theme is mentality. Mentality. The Reason Boss is an unavowed lover of all things sport. I say all things. There are certain things the Reason Boss, since coming to the Jamaican social media space, has had to question. But if you ask me, do I love the Olympic Games? Yes. Do I love rugby union? Yes. Do I love my football? Yes. Do I love my cricket? Oh, you mean? The key thing is, the Reason Boss has a love, a respect, and time for sports and the sportsmen and women who give us so much drama and pleasure. Growing up, I watched the likes of Rafa Nadal, Roger Federer in tennis hold themselves with dignity, hunger, thirst, desire on and off the tennis court. I recently listened to Leo Messi, yes, Leo Messi himself, with Zizou, Zinedine, Argentinian and French greats reasoning. Lionel Messi said simply, from a young age, he realized he had a talent and he decided to invest in that talent, take time, and with sacrifice, dedication, some luck, Leo Messi said he was determined to be the success that he became. Humility abounded as he went on to mention the importance of family being everything to him, and yet he's still driving himself and his teammates onto global success, current world champions. That's the Argentinians. However, the Reason Boss, like, share, subscribe if you're feeling where I'm coming from. I am here with a Jamaican young man who has piqued my attention. His mentality, his background, his thinking, 2 ears for listening and slow to speak. But when he speaks, trust me, he speaks like a roaring fire, cool yet deadly. The Reason Boss is talking about mentality. Like, share, and subscribe if you're feeling where I'm coming from. Without further ado, I want to know, is it a case of poverty, ghetto situation that proves the death knell for respect, love, dignity, a passion, a true, deep down passion for sports such as football in Jamaica? I have been concerned. Like, share, and subscribe if you're feeling where I'm coming from. And I know you're feeling it. Oh God. I've been concerned at the lack of clear, crystal communication. I've been concerned at the lack of love and passion showed for the Jamaican football fans, for the social media space, and for the players such as the Reggae Girls. Oh God, the JFF have much to answer for. Do they have a true love or passion? Let me hold tight. Let me rewind. Without further ado, I want to share the spotlight and get an alternative insight and view into this subject in the Reason Boss podcasts. Jay is with me. He's staying off camera, but trust me, you're going to hear him loud and clear. He will give his reasons, but more importantly, use your 2 ears to listen to what the Don Gargans got to say. He's been listening to the introduction. I don't know what he's going to say. He's going to speak. And I hope you like, share, and subscribe. And most importantly, listen and feedback, whether watching live or in the rerun. Without further ado, Jay, you've heard my introduction. Love, passion, empathy. Are these things alien to the Jamaican mentality? I know we're generalizing. What make you of those particular comments? You've come over to England. Maybe your views have changed and insights have changed. The floor is yours, sir. Wagwan. And first of all, welcome to the Reason Boss podcast.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here. I've been following you for quite some time in the shadows, where I like to be. That's very different for many Jamaicans. We love the spotlight. We love to talk. We are a proud people. And to open, I'm going to say that I'm a proud Jamaican. But at the same time, I'm critical because I love my people. Through my experiences from coming here, it's come to my attention that criticism is lacked in this society. And the way I knew was through myself.
Oh,
When I came here, I was an ignorant young man. In the introduction, you spoke about me not having a gold spoon in my mouth. But then it's taking a step back and looking. Everyone's perspective is different, right?
right.
Compared to some of the second and third world countries where people have to fight for food. So it came to my attention that when you said that, I like the fact that you said that, but then I took a step back and I said, was it really that bad? I had a roof over my head, I had a loving family, and you already know my family history from behind the scenes, which I won't say because I don't need to say, but if I did, it would be very controversial.
Happy New Year, Mom. Happy New Year. Peace and love every time. Continue, my brother.
As I was saying before, it's a question. It really is a question. Does that exist in the country? I don't know. There's a reason why most of us want to move away, and I know I'm hitting heavy, but it's the truth. Our country is a beautiful country.
Beautiful.
Island.
Beautiful island.
Our island's a beautiful
Oh,
island.
God. Paradise, I hear it's mentioned.
Very.
I can see why. I've been a few times, and trust me, paradise, and yet people want to leave.
So you gotta ask yourself, why is that? Some of the clear negotiables is money.
Tennessee, you've just joined at the right time. Money has just been called out by my guest, Jay. Money. Is that one of the reasons why many Jamaicans want to leave Sweet Jam down? We are talking matters sport and mentality, Tennessee. I know you're a big footballing fan. I know you're a big hitter in the sporting and social media atmosphere and arena. Tune in. The gentleman is not going to come on camera, but he's speaking. Like, share, and subscribe, Tennessee. Does poverty excuse the behavior and conduct of organizations such as the JFF and certain individuals in team sports when a lack of professionalism, a lack of focus, the pasa going around? Is this an excuse? Young man, Jay, without further ado, continue, sir. Money. Does it answer for all things?
Well,
Or is the love of money? Oh God. Jay, oh God.
we have a lovely saying in our culture that money is the root of all evil. But is that really true? It's all down to perception. There's some people that use their money to better this world, and there's some people that use their money to crush this world. So is it really money is the root of all evil, or people's intentions?
The Reason Boss podcasts, shooting not only from the hip but the lip. Continue, Jay. Wow, hard hitting. Was that an easy thing to say? Is that an easy thing to say, or did it take a step back, e.g., leaving Sweet Jam down and arriving here, or was that something that you were aware of even when you're on Jamaican soil? That's humble talk. That's real talk. Like, share, subscribe. Tennessee says, true. Something you talk has hit a nerve, Jay. Money is the main reason, says Tennessee.
And again, I believe everyone's points are valid and need to be heard and listened to, because you can't say you're somebody of communication if you can't take in what somebody says and take your emotions away from it. But I've lived there. I'm a product of Jamaica. I am. And I wish our people could look, especially at other races, other cultures, and take some of the stuff from them and incorporate it. As I grew up, I slowly saw my country change. Less people that looked like me, more people that looked outside, particularly in the Asian community. It started with the corner shops and the infrastructure, then the business. Well, I'm not going to go too deep into that, but anybody knows how that change happened. You could see it. And listen, I don't have a problem with other people. I love all people, but there's a reason why most civilized, that's a wrong word. I can admit when I'm wrong. There's a reason why culture disappears. Because if you don't keep the base root value, it gets mixed and it gets changed. And tying back to money, I believe we love money so much, we sold our country. We talk about we want independence, but then certain organizations and certain people come and you take their money. So what does that say? The simple fact of the matter is we all need money to survive. We all have people we want to help, lives we want to impact, and things we want to change. So we should stop all of this foolishness about money is the root of all evil. And we should think about, okay, how can I work on bettering myself and bettering the people around me? Because we will not be able to change this world. Most of us won't. But what we can do is change ourselves and the people around us and try to impact as many lives as possible. I'm not perfect. I really am not. I'm a kid and I'm growing up. But I've had to grow up very young because of these harsh realities.
And very fast.
Very fast.
My lord.
And coming over here made me realize the privilege that is that we have over here. But I'll let you take the floor.
You may have heard in my introduction, Tennessee, big up yourself. Like, share, and subscribe. If you've subscribed already, Tennessee, big up yourself. I hope you're tuning in and feeling a vibe to what Jay is saying. Jay, are you surprised at my observation thus far with aspects of Jamaican society when it comes to respect, dignity, forgiveness, the ability to say sorry, pride? Pride, that word. I know we've mentioned this before.
Yeah.
Pride. Do we have too much pride in Jamaica?
We are prideful people.
Oh.
The reason why I didn't let you finish is because you know my views, but they don't. We are a prideful people, and I'm also I'm a product of that. We are proud because we are proud of our island. I believe everybody should be proud of where they're from in a way that doesn't belittle or damage anyone else. But then again, it's what are you prideful of? That's the question you gotta ask.
That's the question.
What are you prideful of? When I first came to this country, I was shocked at the perception of us. All they saw is people flying off tables, jumping on each other.
Oh God.
Wild and flagrant dancing.
Flagrant! Oh God. Hiya.
But we're more than just dreadlocks and weed and prerogative dancing. There's many cultures that have dancing a lot more intimate than ours. Maybe not as flagrant or rough to the eye, but I think perception of us needs to be changed. When you think of Asians, you think of a certain thing. When you think of Africans, you think of a certain thing. We're talking generalities here because I believe generalities is a lot easier to compact for a large majority of people. Generalities, because we can't speak for everyone because we do not know everyone.
Of course.
Our image. The first thing that comes to most people's mind when they think of Jamaica. What do you think that is?
I think dance, weed.
Pretty much.
My lord.
Is that all we are? No, it's not.
No way, far from it.
And I think I came from a very unique situation with my family, both in certain fields of life, both good and bad. So I saw both sides of life, and it made me realize that there's nothing wrong with wanting to be great. That's another thing. It's a bit off topic, but we have a problem with the conversation of money. We don't have a problem with money itself. We all love money, but I've realized in our culture it's taboo to talk about improvement and money. You hear things like, be grateful for what you have, which that is a true statement. But they don't understand the double-edged sword to that.
Oh.
When a little kid is coming to you and telling you, I want to be this, I want to be that, I want to be this, I want to be that, we should take a step back and ask why. And as I get older, which is I'm still young, I have a lot more life in me. I start to realize that everyone's gonna have their own truths, everyone's gonna have their own answers. Some people they might think, what does this person know? He's just a kid. Some people might say, he has some truths, probably some growth to go, but he has some truths. The biggest disconnect between us is the young and old. We are too disconnected as people. We need certain figures in power, certain older figures and certain younger figures to come together and talk. Because if that doesn't happen, we will always be looked at as a joke. We need to prove to the world. And I believe everybody has a point to prove. Whether you think you do or you don't. That's what you think. But we all have a point to prove. It's just some of us, we're okay with being where we are. We're comfortable. And there's that. We all have a point to prove. And I believe if you love your country, the best thing you can do is improve yourself to the best possible place you can go and show them that not all Jamaicans are what they think they are. And that's what I'm doing with my life. Now, that's not to say I'm doing perfect, but I realize the best way to prove people wrong is through actions and not through words.
You have hit a nail, a proverbial nail. Oh God. Like, share, and subscribe. The Reason Boss Podcast, live and direct from London, England. A roaring fire and a roaring conversation. Oh God. I've got to ask this question. The big man here, Jay, had a big interest in matters football. I have asked the question, do Jamaican footballing authorities love the sport, have a passion, Tennessee viewers and subscribers for the sport of football? Do they respect those who bring success such as the Reggae Girls, back-to-back World Cups 2019 and 2023? Do you believe that love, and without love, you can't respect a person and do right by yourself and others? Can you respect, have dignity, empathy for somebody without love, Jamal?
Again, perception. I like to use this word, perception.
Perception.
It depends on your perception of love. Everyone's ideal of love is different. But I do believe you can't. You can't. I ponder and I go back and forward because that's a question I still haven't figured out. And I think a lot of us probably won't truly figure out what that means. But the one thing I can say is, it's clear.
We're winding up. My. It's timely.
The one thing I can say is...
Go ahead, sir. In conclusion, my lord, you're touching it. Go ahead, sir.
In conclusion, it depends on what you want to be. Do you want to be loved through fear, or do you want to be loved through who you are as a person? You pick what you want to be loved through.
Say that again, sir. My lord, there's depths to this, Reason Boss Podcast mentality. Run that track again, just in case they didn't pick it up.
There's a lot more avenues you can go down, but I kind of narrow it down to how do you want to be loved? Do you want to be loved through fear, or what you do for other people? Some of my family, they ruled through fear, and others they ruled through love and adoration, and through their achievements. That's why I use those 2 points. Some people might think, what does that mean? That's up to you to decipher. I've realized most people, they only learn the hard way. Most humans, that's the case. I was one of those people. So
conclusion, man.
My conclusion is figure out what your meaning is. I had a big problem with thinking everybody thinks the same, but everyone's different. Find the interest of other people and align with that. That's the problem with people. Everybody thinks that the Royals all airy and fairy. It's not. It's a dark and grim place. And the best way you can operate through it is by trying to benefit everyone you come across. Don't try to leech. Always try to add benefit. And even if in the process you don't, it's the action that counts.
The Reason Boss Podcasts mentality. I've got to raise that glass. Like, share, and subscribe. That's time well spent. Tune in, re-listen. I see the love hearts coming through. Peace and love. A roaring fire for a roaring conversation. A gone, me gone. Reason bars. Podcast. Don't miss out.